So most people bring like 400 fags and a bottle of whiskey. And
Try getting through customs with all them fags.
Fags are cigarettes for the American audience. Richard's talking about cigarettes. Welcome to Makers International, a podcast of makers from 3 countries, 2 continents, and featuring 5 guys separated only by the same language. Here's your host, Richard Morley.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good times, whatever time it is, and wherever you are listening. Joined with me this evening, as always, and Mr. Chris Cute.
Hey, how are you, everybody?
Mr. Alan Robinson.
How you doing, fellas?
And with a slightly disturbing relationship with Siri at the moment, it's Jamie Page.
How you doing?
I thought Siri and I had a bad thing going, but it seems that Jamie's jumped on the bandwagon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check out his Facebook page. Talking of Facebook, just a quick few shout-outs this week, as always. So we've got on Facebook Christian Sandoval and Bill Sin. They've been sharing our stuff around, so thanks for that, guys. Over on YouTube, there is Alaris. Hope I pronounced that right. Steve French, Carl Jacobson, KSFWG, Rob's Woodshop, Ragtie, Bob Rawson, Shogun Jimmy, Ian Hay, Wigwag Workshop, Mark Christopher, Jim Dockrell, and the Badger Workshop. And then over on SoundCloud, I'm reliably informed, because I haven't had time this week to double check, is Jerry Blakesley and Alaris again. So did Jason McGinn not comment this week?
I don't know. I guess not. Lazy Canadian.
Well, I hope he's not ill, because he always comments on SoundCloud. So Jason, if you're listening, comment and tell us that you are okay. And everyone else, don't forget that you can listen and rate us on iTunes as well. We've currently got 2 ratings, so we encourage you all to head over there and big us up to all your friends and anyone who might read it. It helps us out loads. Do we have any random listener questions from last week? Because we're cuffing it tonight, and I haven't had a chance to do the background work. So, is there anything?
Yeah, I don't have any questions, but I did have a request from the Wigwag workshop from last week. And Siri's piping up on Richard already. That woman is a nightmare. I don't mind telling you.
Atta girl.
I was half expecting Joe to ring me or something like that, because you know what Joe's like.
I know it. Now, Stephen from the Wigwag Workshop wants Alan to say the name of his channel because he thinks Alan has a sexy Canadian accent. So, Alan, you have to unmute yourself and you have to say the Wigwag Workshop.
Do you want me to say it's sexy?
No, don't.
The Woodworking Junkie.
No, he wants you to say the name of his shop.
Oh, what's his shop?
The Wigwag Workshop.
Oh, the Wigwag Workshop, not a real wigwag.
There you go. All right, Stephen. Mission accomplished, I guess. I hope. Anyway.
I hope I turned you on.
That was a little creepy, but that's okay. That's all I had for this week, Richard.
Oh,
That going on?
Oh, I wasn't supposed to be creepy there, I thought.
I thought the question was a little creepy.
There's a little bit of creepy there, actually, Alan.
It's not the first time another woodworker has called me sexy, so let's just accept it and move on.
Oh
no, we're not moving on now. You've brought this up. We're going to drag it out of you now.
Well,
I regretted it after you started stalking me, though.
Hello. It was our very own Jamie Page that once called me sexy. So
that wasn't the answer I was expecting. I'd probably be worried about that then.
I am currently worried about that. Oh, God.
And then I saw Pat that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like a high school triangle, this, isn't it? What's going on?
I know it is. I was gonna ask Jamie. I said, Jamie, after you saw Pat's video this week, did you just go ahead and break a bowl in his honor, just to, you know?
Oh no, I was thinking about it. I'll tell you what. Oh, blooming Pat, that. What is it with him and trying to do blooming things with epoxy? Actually changed his blooming channel to Lepic Fail.
You guys have to admit, he was cute as a button while he was giggling along after he broke that bowl.
Yeah, he's He's quite funny. You can't help but laugh at the man.
Is that video out now? Is it? Because the last I saw on Facebook was like the picture of it broken, and should he put it out as a video or not? And I haven't had a chance. I've done no YouTubing at all this weekend.
Oh yeah, that thing blew up on him big time. It was like, pow! I was like, oh man, that will scare the crap out of you.
What's actually strange about it is because it's got coffee inside the resin. I turned around and said, once he's finished, I'll go and make one out of tea bags inside resin. So I think hopefully he's going to do another one, so I can do a tea bag one.
Oh, you have to take that over with you.
Yeah.
He was actually pretty lucky. The one piece flew right past him, and the other piece flew right past his cameraman.
So, spoiler alert, I haven't had a chance to see this yet.
Well, you got to catch up.
Yeah, I've had my daughter all weekend, and I'm sorry, with the best will in the world, she comes first.
You would have thought he would have taken the poutine out of it as well.
Oh, there we go. Richard Morley, dad of the year already. 2017 is already over, everybody. Just withdraw your names. Richard's already won.
I wasn't going to mention the fact I had 3 daughters with me when I was watching it.
Ah, but your daughters live with you.
True that, and I watch it on my phone while I'm wandering around the house too.
I had 3 guys of some other daughters over at my house when I was watching it.
You had a whole series of dads and daughters.
Yeah,
can fit about 50 of them in a shop.
I don't know what this guy's name is, but I hope he doesn't have a gun. That's all I gotta say. No,
I was just watching the video.
So I guess we're gonna get an hour out of this one video right here, right?
Presumably so. It's actually, interestingly, just while we're on the topic loosely, I haven't actually done any YouTubing, but this weekend my daughter has actually got her own YouTube channel, which isn't like majorly publicised, although you can find the videos. And I sat down and helped her with 2 videos, which aren't uploaded yet, but she's going to be putting these videos that we did. Mainly she did, really, this weekend, like yesterday now as we're talking. But it's really nice that it's something else that she wants to get involved with and do and all the rest of it. But that's just kind of
she's doing it like shit.
Give it a plug.
She wants to be like She wants to be like Daddy.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, man. How old's your daughter, Richard?
She's nearly 9. She'll be 9 in about 7 or 8 weeks. So.
Oh, still a great age. They don't go crazy for another 2 or 3 years, and after that, it's like forget it.
Yeah. Make the most of the time, but it is fun because like she's into Minecraft and all the video games and all those kind of Minecraft YouTubers, because that's the sort of fashionable thing for her age group at the minute. So because I do videos and she knows I do videos, she wanted to put the 2 together, and she's like, oh, I could do these as well, and I can be like Amy Lee 33 and Stumpy Longnose and things like that. But it's just cool that she's got an interest in something that she wants to get involved with, and I just think that's cool.
Did she get into that on her own, or did you encourage her to do it? My daughter's just turned 13. I've been trying to talk her into it for a good 2 years now, and I just can't get her interested. So how'd you get her into it?
Well, I didn't get her into it at all. She's quite happy to stand at the lathe for like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops occasionally, and like turn something, because I do that and she wants to get involved. But she really got into this, Minecraft, the video game.
Oh, yeah.
So she's into that, and that, like, her friends at school are into it, and there's like a common ground for these kids to sort of chat about, I guess. And then from that, she started watching the YouTube videos of like the Minecraft gaming channels, and then something just clicked in her head, like, Daddy does YouTube videos, these people do YouTube videos in Minecraft, I like Minecraft.
Makes sense, yeah.
And she was like, can you make me a channel? And I was like, I can do better than that. I can show you, if you want to do it, it's all on you, but I'll show you what you need to do and I'll help you set it up. And she's like, yeah, I'll do that. So she records them with her iPad and like all this sort of stuff. So it's fun.
So by the time she's your age, she'll have like a cajillion subscribers. And it's not just for kids, Richard. I play Minecraft.
do you know what? When I watch people play Minecraft, there's no interest there at all. Like some video games, you can just watch people play, and it's like watching the telly a bit.
Yeah.
Minecraft is not like that. Particularly when
you got to make your own story in Minecraft.
Exactly, but and then she's playing it on her iPad, and I'm like, well, yeah, what's it all about? And then she's like, oh, you do this and you do that, and I started playing it, and I was like, oh, that's it, right, okay, yeah, but let's dig down here and do this. And after 5 minutes, she's like, no, you're doing it all wrong. Pull it back. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm doing it right. I'm just like, leave me with it.
It's all about punching trees and making castles.
Yeah.
All right, Richard, I have a confession to make. At the beginning of these podcasts, I'm usually in the background here doing some other stuff, and so I'm kind of not really listening until I'm waiting for Richard to say, and I'm joined with Chris Cute, and I go, hey, how are you? Did we mention that Joe's not with us this week?
Oh.
We're 10 minutes into it. I didn't know if we mentioned that Joe's currently not with us this week.
Oh, that's wrong.
We failed on that, didn't we?
I kind of alluded to it when my phone went off and I said I thought it might be Joe ringing me. People have probably worked out by now that Joe's not here. And being you've brought it up, actually, I was just going to kind of gloss over it because Joe completely left us in the lurch.
Yeah, we fired him.
None of us have got a clue what goes on in terms of recording the audio. I don't even know if this conversation will end up going live because there's 4 of us recording audio and presumably it's going to be a nightmare. So no, I mean I've got the hump with Joe because he's on holiday, which is obviously more important.
We don't know what we're doing, and so we fired Joe.
Well, if this never airs and nobody ever hears it, hey, no problem. But if you do hear it and it sucks, then you can blame me because I'm the one they decided should go ahead and do all the editing of these 4 tracks together. Oh man, yeah, this is gonna be fun tomorrow. I don't mind telling you.
Chris is now the producer, director, and editor of Makers International.
Yeah, really. When do the royalty checks start coming in? Because I'm getting a little tight here.
I'll tell you what. On behalf of the other 4 of us, I'll go out on a limb here and say, for this episode, you can have 100% of the royalties.
Thank you, Richard. You know what I'm gonna go do? I'm gonna go grab 100% of a beer right now. I'll be right back.
No worries.
You can even buy yourself a Makers International polo shirt.
Oh yeah, because they're sort of in production-y type thing available-ish, aren't they?
Yeah, sort of.
Did somebody? Well, because Chris has got one, and
I've got one.
Jamie's got one that Chris has got, and then Chris is going to get one for me that Jamie's going to have, and I'm going to get from Jamie somehow. So if we can get them, I'm sure other people can get them. But when Chris comes back, I'm sure he'll be able to tell
We'll have to see if we can get one for Alan in Canada land.
Yeah, I don't get one. Because I don't travel. Chris said I can't have one. I don't understand that really, but.
Do they do kid sizes?
Yeah, you can get them in small.
Well, there must have been kid sizes because Chris has got one.
Oh, that ain't right. That's not right.
Chris is back.
That's just.
Oh, Chris, hi.
What the hell?
I didn't see you sit down, Chris. Tell us about the shirts.
Oh man, you guys are so wrong. Well, I mean, Alan, I'll get you one, but give me some time. I'm not made out of money here.
No,
I.
Vistaprint. Everybody can just make their own on the podcast. That is, but we need a link that listeners can buy them from.
Did Joe ever tell us where he was going or what he was doing and why he couldn't be here? I mean, I know he said, "Hi guys," in his amazing accent that he has.
He writes in that accent.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm sorry I'm not going to be there this week, but I'm going on vacation. I'm taking off, and we won't be back till Thursday. Good luck, cheerio, bye bye, pip pip.
That's actually what it said.
Did he say where he was going?
No, he just said I'll be traveling.
It sounded from sort of the tone of the message. I think they're just like taking a 3 or 4 day road trip. He wasn't going to be around for a couple of days.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the car during the time we'd be recording. Is I assume what he meant.
I'm sure it'll all work out. Joe, come back next week. This is really stressful.
Yeah, man. What's up?
We don't even know if we're podcasting.
We miss you.
Right now.
We miss you.
Half the people listening to this podcast are only here because of you, Joe. So I hope you don't feel bad letting them down.
I'm only here because of Joe.
Actually, so am I.
I think everyone's only here because of Joe. I think we should just call it Joe's podcast.
Yeah.
Joe is the glue of Makers International.
and right about now, that is blatantly obvious.
Yeah, and Joe's not here this week, so. All right.
So, I mean, what's been going on? I've been mega busy this week, but and I know we normally sort of talk a bit about what we're doing towards the end of the show. But what's going on? What's it been inspiring people?
Well, I'll tell you what I saw today. I don't know if anyone else saw it. Izzy doing a little bit of a sing song. Have anyone seen that on his channel or amongst Facebook?
Very briefly, wasn't he? Was he playing the guitar?
Pulling out the guitar. And what amazed me is he apologised for the song and he apologised for the guitar playing. And then you heard it and it's like voice of an angel. It's like, wow, that man can sing and that man can play a guitar. It's the ultimate woodworker and singer.
I can't tell if you're having a laugh or not right now. He was legitimately a good singer and guitar player.
He is legitimately a renaissance man. Incredible.
I saw like Facebook like auto plays all the videos. I had my phone on mute, so it was sort of like a muted silent movie that was going on. I was like, that's Izzy playing a guitar, and it's like, oh, well. So I haven't listened to it, but I've sort of seen it. So I didn't get the whole angelic voice effect. So I'll have to go back and find.
I'll be totally honest with you. When I first saw him pick up the guitar, I was expecting kind of like the sound of a cat being doctored without anaesthetic. And I was very much kind of thrown back.
I was trying to laugh there, but I was muted.
Did you say you were expecting the sound of a cat
without anaesthetic?
Oh, a cat being neutered without anaesthetic. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just not right, Jamie.
Well, the sound in general, or doctoring a cat without anaesthetic?
A cat being doctored without anaesthetic. But it was brilliant. That man can sing.
Yes, he can. And that was actually really good. I believe that was his own composition too. He wrote that.
Yeah. Apparently so.
That's
so. See, I wondered if he'd actually made a guitar, because Tim Sway made a guitar recently, didn't he? And he was playing that in the video. Tim's made quite a few guitars over the years. He's actually got a really, really good playlist on how to do it as well. So people should need to go and check that out. I must admit, I know there's a lot of, well, I say a lot of people. There's quite a few people. There's a lot of videos on making guitars, but it's not something. I've never been musical, really. I mean, I'll put a CD in and listen to it, but I've never had a real sort of interest in making music. Predominantly because when I was at school, I was absolutely rubbish at it. But I do appreciate a nicely made guitar, just like a nicely made anything, I guess. The work and effort that goes into it. But there are a lot of people doing that.
I was actually surprised at the amount of woodworkers on YouTube I've later found out know how to play guitar and are actually quite musical.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy that I follow on Twitter. He's a joiner. He makes a living from making fitted furniture and stuff like that, and he's musical, and he made a guitar, and it was like he'll post on Twitter wardrobes, cupboards, furniture, and then this guitar, and everyone just leapt on the fact that he'd made this guitar because it was completely different to his normal sort of stuff. And it's like, yeah, I'm actually thinking about potentially moving away from the furniture and going into the guitar making, because that's what I love doing. So
okay, true confessions. Did you guys know that I play an instrument?
Which one?
Spoons.
No, spoons.
Washboard.
Triangle don't count.
No, I actually do play an instrument. Take a guess what instrument that you think I play.
Ukulele.
No.
Is it like a mainstream instrument, or is it like a rather obscure? Are you going to say like the ocarina or the French harp or something?
No. It depends on what you consider mainstream. But yes, I would say it's probably an instrument you guys would be very familiar with.
It's the clarinet.
No, it's got 4 strings.
Bass.
It's bass guitar?
No, I play a violin.
Really?
I do. I play violin.
Do you play it well?
I used to play very well. I haven't picked one up in many years, but yeah, I can play violin.
Is that because you forgot where you put it?
No, it's actually because I sold it.
I thought you'd be good at playing the didgeridoo.
Well, No, I didn't. I didn't sell it. I gave it away because when I was living in Florida, there was a girl in my neighborhood, and her parents weren't very well to do, and she wanted to take orchestra, and they couldn't afford to buy her the violin, and she wanted to play, and so I gave her mine.
Ah,
That's nice.
have we got time for a little quick true story?
Yeah.
Sure.
If you're going to just like keep it on the instruments thing. About 2 years ago, and I think I've definitely brought this up. You know, I went to France over that Halloween and plastered that guy's house. He's got a daughter about the same age as, or maybe a bit younger than my daughter, and he was saying he took him to like the school evening. They had like a get kids interested in playing musical instruments night, and his daughter said, "Oh, Dad, I want to go and I want to play an instrument." So they went into the school, and it's like the guy playing the accordion and the guy playing the guitar and the guy, they're all these different instruments, and there was this woman playing the harp, and this little girl, she's like, "Dad, that is what I want to play, this harp."
No kidding.
And he was like, "No," I was like, "Play the guitar. Guitars are like, it'll cost me 90 quid or 90 euros, and you can have a new one like every couple of years." And she's like, "No, Dad, seriously, I want to play the harp." And they spent like a good hour trying to convince her not to play the harp. And it was like, "No, it's a bad idea." And in the end, they were like, "She wants to play the harp." They folded, and they basically rent this harp, and it's like 1,500 euros. And then, and because of the way the instrument is, it's sized for the person. So if both Chris and I were professional harp playerists, then my harp would have to be much bigger because I'm much taller. Yeah. But of course, when you're like an 8-year-old girl, in 6 months' time, you need a different harp. So the one that they're renting, they have to then take back and get an even bigger. They have to keep changing it like every 6 to 12 months. And he's like, "This thing's costed me a fortune." So I'm staying at this house, and this little girl's like got this harp in the corner of her room. And out of politeness, I was like, "Oh, do you play the harp?" And she's like, "Yeah, I play the harp." And I'll show you. And I was like, "Well, I'm a bit busy at the moment, maybe later." Just sort of being polite and making conversation with this little girl, because this little girl's French, and her English was pretty good. And one evening before bed, she was like, "I'm not going to bed until I play Richard something on the harp, Mummy." And I was like, "No, you've got to go." And she's like, "No, I'm not going to bed." And it's like, right, it comes down. It's like, you just go and listen to her for 5 minutes. And I was like, "Oh, all right, okay, then, fair enough." And I'm not joking. She'd only been playing the harp for like 6 months or something. And it was beautiful. It was the most amazing, because it's a nice sounding instrument. But the way she was just like, it was like, "Play something else. What else can you play? What else can you play?" And I was in there for about half an hour. It was absolutely amazing. And I've got a lot of respect for anyone that can play a musical instrument. But I can't, literally. I sound like that cat.
Well, a harp is like a stand-up piano, is what that is. I mean, that's the equivalent to strings. I don't know exactly, but it's actually a piano stood up, and that you're actually plucking away as opposed to tickling the ivories.
Yeah, because I guess I've never thought of it like that. But when you hit the white and black bits, then there's like a little arm that hits the string, isn't it? So yeah, I'd never thought of it like that.
Yep.
But wow, I mean, what a beautiful thing. Absolutely insane. So yeah, true story.
What about the rest of us? Do any else of us play any instruments?
Jamie, do you play an instrument besides your nose?
Unfortunately, I don't. I've always wanted to try and learn, but never ever got around to doing it. So
I play an instrument. Have I ever spoken about it? I think I did once, didn't I?
You play guitar, don't you, Alan?
Yeah, I haven't touched one in probably close to 2 years or so, but I played daily for over 20 years in bands and everything. We played all over Toronto, all over Oshawa, basically across southern Ontario. And our lead singer got into a bad car accident, and the band fell apart after that. But that was an old passion of mine for years, long before making. I just couldn't get enough of it at one time. We opened for The Prodigy at Mossport one time, just north of Toronto. Yeah, that was probably the highlight of our short career.
The Prodigy, as in the Prodigy.
The Prodigy. What's their biggest song?
I know what one you're on about. I can't think of the name of the song offhand.
Bunch of crazy. I don't know why we're even opening for them, because our music was nothing like our music was more of like a instrumental grunge kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, actually,
that was fun while it lasted.
Well, you must.
Speaking of instruments.
you must have been pretty good.
Oh yeah, we did damn well actually. We had a couple of demo tapes of original music. I should do something with it on the YouTube channel. I still have it here.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need to worry about royalty-free music if you've got your own.
Yeah, it's a little raw and inappropriate for what I do on YouTube these days.
Okay, actually, I can see you being that sort of.
It's like an R-rated Nirvana kind of thing, and they were R-rated enough.
Has anyone ever thought about making an instrument?
Cool.
Because I know that's something I've always liked to do.
Yeah, the skill's not there, but I'd love to make my own guitar.
When I was much younger, Jamie, I attempted, and the key word here is attempted because it didn't work. I actually attempted to make a harmonica when I was younger. I took, when you're kids, I mean, I used to take everything apart, and then my parents used to, here's a harmonica, Chris, shut up, go in the corner and play this freaking thing, leave us alone. And rather than play it, I'd take it apart to see how it worked. And I said, I could make one of these, and I failed. It worked. It wasn't exactly what you might call in key. It's like,
How do they work?
Horrible to listen to.
How do they work exactly? Like each square gets smaller as you go down the line?
Yeah, it's all airflow. It's all, and it has to
like
do with airflow and the space you allowed, the
it's got
space
to be
you
like
allowed to go
different
into.
size reeds and things like that, innit?
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
That must be.
Yeah,
That must be quite complicated inside then.
Yeah, to some degree. I mean, at least for I'm sure all four of us, if we actually sat down and studied it, we could each make one. But I was like 13 years old at the time when I tried to do it, and it's like, yeah, for me it was quite complicated. But it was fun though. It was a fun little project, And I think it wound up on a fire somewhere because it was just that bad. And it was about this big too, It was because I couldn't make a small one. I had to make a large one. It was like this.
Like the front grille of your car is about the same.
Yeah, it's like the front grille of an automobile. It's like anyway. Yeah, so that's funny.
Do you remember a few years ago, Steve Ramsey made a glockenspiel or xylophone?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I do, yeah.
When he did that video, it sort of was like, I think I could probably make one of those. But then, it's just one of those things that you accept that I probably never will make, but is always sort of ticking away in the background. But apart from that, I don't think I've ever thought about making an instrument.
I could probably I could probably make one of those flutes that the fairies in the cartoons always have.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
8 or 10 dells, which one bigger than the next?
This is turning into a potential collaboration-y thing. Maybe I tell you what, Jamie. How about stumping this for to Steve Twidell as potentially another one of his charity?
Oh no! Take that back.
Music.
Would that not be cool?
Sure, but fact, I'm not going to be involved in it.
I completely forgotten about this. Totally forgotten. There was a couple of things that I was going to say to you, Chris, that I completely forgotten about until right now. And the reason for that is because of the musical instruments. You Steve Twidell was talking about doing other like charity collaborations. Like he did the Toy Story themed one just now. And he's already. I was chatting to him, and he said to me that he's already in planning the next one. And I was like, "You've got to tell me what it is because I need as much time as possible." He's like, "No, it's all a big secret." And I said, "No, you've got to tell me." And I know what it is. Ha 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 ha. And I'm not going to tell anyone.
Okay.
So no. But yeah, Jamie, seriously, have a word with him because he could do that as like a musical instrument thing. You could go mad with that.
Actually, I don't really need to have a word with him because he'll probably hear this on Wednesday.
There you go. You know what I'll do? I'll make one of those big old horns that they have in the Ricola commercials. Ricola. The guy blows into that freaking
an enormous French horn.
Actually, I'll tell you what's one thing I've seen that's that I've wanted to make is one of them rain sticks. Where you kind of like hollow out a tube, put some skewers inside of it, and then just fill it up with like dried beans or something like that, and then just cap the other end, and then
a didgeridoo?
No. It's like a rain stick. So you tip it up one end, and it like makes a sound of rain, and then you like tip it up the other end.
I thought that was called a didgeridoo.
A didgeridoo
So what's
is
a
what you blow
didgeridoo
down,
then?
and it makes like go wow 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 wow.
Yeah.
But seriously, you guys are going to freak out. You're not going to believe me. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's going to get his didgeridoo.
Oh no. He's got a paper towel tube loaded full of BBs that he's gonna turn up and down.
Either that or he's got a rain stick.
Oh, it's going to have
he
wonderful
does have
sound. Makers International featuring the didgeridoo.
Well, I've actually got a rain stick in the front room. If you want me to go and get that.
Oh, you might as well.
If that's our answer to Tim Sway's little Jimmy DeResta intro, we're in deep trouble, Richard.
Just no one's going to believe that we're actually doing this off the cuff, but this is an actual, genuine Australian didgeridoo. It's not mine, I have to say, because I'm not in my workshop. But the workshop that I'm currently in, the guy, his brother, lives in Australia, and this is a proper, like, hollowed out by termites bit of didgeridoo. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. Oh my God, Jamie's got one too. Oh, he's got the rain stick.
That's just insane.
Hey, you see, Jamie, and you said you didn't play an instrument. Apparently,
Yeah, I can make the sound of
you
I
play
can make
that
the sound of
one
running
pretty
to that toilet now.
Guys, I just had a wonderful idea. We're giving up the podcast. We're starting a band.
What would we be called though?
Dingle and the Berries.
Maker's messed up.
Musical International.
Featuring Richard on the didgeridoo and JP on the friggin' rain stick. Like, what are we gonna do, Alan? Sing? This ought to get really horrible.
Violin and guitar, of course.
Oh, violin and guitar. Yeah. Violin, guitar, didgeridoo, and rain stick.
That would be one.
Yeah.
Never heard anything like it.
That would be so
Wow.
messed up. What would Joe
Joe
play?
can be the lead singer.
Joe got fired.
Yeah, Joe could be the lead singer.
Because he's got the accent that everyone loves. Oh my life!
He's the one that
Alright,
gets
I'm
the
young.
girls. You know what? I can feel a photo edit coming.
You all right,
on.
Tanya?
I can feel a photo edit.
Chris, this is going to be really hard to edit.
This is going to be fun to edit. I don't mind telling you. Eddie, I'm probably going to kill the whole conversation. I'm sorry if I do, but we were on the topic of things that people that we know all seem to have in common. A lot of us seem to do the same kind of things. And you know what I've discovered? And this is you guys are going to go, oh, Chris, this is boring. A lot of makers are also into cooking. Have you noticed that?
No.
I've seen. I know that. I know that Shelley Cole is. And,
That's what I thought. Know what mom knows loves the
what's it?
cooking.
Is it Wes Swain does the pancakes and the chocolate?
Okay, maybe I'm off base then. Forget it. Never mind.
You must have
Andy
a couple
Berkey
names.
loves his bacon.
You're thinking?
Doesn't
What?
everybody?
I saw the Bacon Report thing. I was in stitches watching that. That was brilliant.
Well, I can't remember names off the top of my head, Alan, but I mean, there was a bunch of people that I was talking to on Facebook that all of a sudden started chiming in about how they enjoy cooking. And I was like, and I started to put the two and two things together because making, stuff out in the workshop and then going into the kitchen and making stuff too, it's a form of making. And so if you look at it this way, it's kind of the same thing, but just applied differently. You take what you normally assemble in the workshop, and you go in the kitchen, and you go assemble something in the kitchen. And I was surprised at how many people actually were into the culinary arts. Let's put it that way.
No, that makes perfect sense. I wouldn't say I'm into culinary arts, but I actually really like cooking myself.
You cook yourself?
Yeah, it's not like a chore to me by any means. Every Saturday, typically, I try to come up with some kind of exotic meal for the family.
Craft.
What sort of things would you
dinners
come up
and,
with?
Hamburger helper.
Craft dinner is a Monday to Friday thing. No,
All right, another true confession. I cook our dinner every day. I am Mr. Mom. I actually spend every meal that my wife and I eat, I cook.
And you're still together?
Well,
of course they are.
The reason why we're still together, Richard, is because you've never had my wife's food. So yeah.
Cool. I'm not.
It was for
I'm not.
Richard's thinking right now. Richard's thinking, my wife listens to this. I got to watch what I say now.
No, honestly, I'm more than happy to say Kat is an amazing cook, and I am truly spoiled because growing up, mum used to cook meals, and then I went away to college, and you fend for yourself, and I was getting up late, missing breakfast, and doing bacon sandwiches in a sandwich toaster at the weekends because the kitchens were closed, and I never, warming up baked bean tins and things like that. So I've never really been much of a cook myself. But Catherine, she is an amazing. She'll just like pull stuff out of the fridge and the cupboards, and she'll put up together these insane meals. But cakes are the best. Like, you know how a lot of people should be able to probably relate to this. You know when you're a kid and your mum bakes a cake or a pie or something, and it's like a treat because normally you get the cake from the shop. In her house, it was a treat to have a cake bought from a shop because all the cakes and all the biscuits and all those sort of things were all homemade in the kitchen. And to the point now, right, get this, if I have to eat a cake from a shop, it's like, no, I'll be all right. I'll have something when I get home, and I'll have something fresh. And if it's not like absolutely fresh, I'll turn my nose up at. I'm really snobby with cakes, which is really bad. But it's because she is such an awesome cake maker, and there's always fresh cakes and fresh biscuits in
that's
the kitchen.
Great.
It's just
that just reminded me of a story when I was a kid. I mean, because we weren't very well to do, and as a little kid, I'm like, I want to go to McDonald's. And my mom would go, no, I'll make you McDonald's here. And I'm like, I don't want homemade McDonald's. I want McDonald's. And then she'd come up with a hamburger on 2 pieces of wheat bread and call it McDonald's. And I'm going, this is not right. This is not right.
At least she was trying.
Well,
absolutely. This ain't McDonald's. And I'd go pout for like a half an hour.
But then looking back on that, you absolutely realise and understand and appreciate that that's a way better thing than doing, the fast food thing. It's all right every now and again, but
but when you're 8 years old and you want the toy, then it's not McDonald's. It's like
exactly.
On, Mom.
How many 8-year-olds get that? I mean, how many 28-year-olds these days get that?
Yeah.
You have to live your life a bit before it sort of clicks to look back on it. So,
Richard's gonna be known as a cake snob now.
I'm a cake snob. If it's not, if I go into a cafe or something, or if we're eating out and they say it's a fresh cake, I'll have to go and look at it and be like, that's not fresh. All right. I would rather pass and have one. Unless it's Mr. Kipling's almond slices, then they're like, yes, I'll have those. I'll eat those all day long.
Okay, true confession time again. And nobody knows this. I've never told anybody this. I mean, anybody outside my immediate family does not know this. This is the first. I'm the author of 2 cookbooks, Richard.
Seriously?
Yes,
You're kidding. Come on.
In your own name or in a pen name or what?
No, in a pen name. No, and I wrote them in a pen name. I've written 2 cookbooks, and the last one I wrote was a book I wrote for my son. It was called Cooking for College, because he was leaving for college, and when he was in 11th grade, I started writing this book, and so and it's published, and I gave a copy to every member of his senior class.
So do you get royalties on that? Is it still published or and available?
That would happen if it's sold.
Okay.
I have sold a couple copies, but the New York Times bestseller list, way out of reach for me. It just didn't happen, but that's okay. I have been published twice under a pen name for 2 different cookbooks. Yes, I have.
What was the other book?
The other book was How to Cook Like a Man, and it was the most chauvinistic book in the world because I kind of wrote it on a lark. I wrote it being as politically incorrect as I could possibly be about writing this book. I mean, I think the intro started out like, if you think a good idea for being a cook in a kitchen is a paisley print apron, then take your pansy ass over to the aisle where they sell the Martha Stewart stuff and go grab something from there, because this book's not going to be for you. It's kind of that's the theme of the book, the way that I wrote the entire book. So that's the way it goes.
I'm buying that book.
Well, I'm never going to tell you what the pen name it is under or what that titles are. So never mind. You're never going to find them.
Well,
I don't want that hanging over my head.
I'll find it.
I'll just Google the most chauvinistic cookbook ever written, and I'm sure it'll be the #1 hit.
Good luck with that. I don't even know if it's still in print. I don't think it is. I don't think it's in print anymore. So good luck.
So if this does air because we get the audio thing right, and Chris manages to do it, he's probably just going to edit this out now. But if you're listening, Google the most chauvinistic cookbook in the world, and we'll see if we can't narrow it down to get like a short list of 10 or 20 and try and drag it out of Chris that way.
No, it's not happening. I will never tell you the name. Nope, it's not going to happen. And you'll probably never find it, so I'm not worried. That's why I'm not too worried about letting you guys know about it.
But that's still seriously cool. That's like something to be proud to have achieved, because loads of people write, but they never get published, let alone...
Yeah, well, to some extent, I guess it is, but to most part, I mean, you got to understand, I was seriously doing, I did both books just on a lark, and sat down and wrote them, and then they for some reason, I had a publisher that picked them both up, so it was, I was kind of pleasantly pleased about that. It's not like I made $1 million or got incredibly wealthy or anything, because I didn't. But hey, been there, done that. But I was in my younger years a professional chef, Richard. That's why I know how to cook.
So that was where your sort of your trade skills come from, is it?
Yeah. Well, because when I was an actor, I was hungry, and so I needed to work in restaurants in order to make money.
All right.
Yeah.
You know where this is going, right? We need to do a spotlight on Chris Cute here, because he has all kinds of weird and interesting past that we need to hear about.
Yes.
Someday I will do that. Joe put his neck on the chopping block. I can do that as well. Whenever you guys want to do it.
We're all doing it. I'm just saying, like, I really want to hear yours, because I've known you a couple of years now. We've spent hours talking, and I still learn weird things about you. What seems like every day.
It's because I'm a weird guy.
I'm an actor. I'm a chef. I mean, what else are you?
You didn't know you didn't know I was an actor?
No.
Oh no, that's what my college degree is in performing arts. I have
You're going to tell us next in your English.
I know you.
No. I gave that up and became Irish instead because it's better.
He had to quit that kind.
Can you do an English accent?
No, he can't. He can't. No.
I used to be able to do a very good English accent. Matter of fact, I was in a show called Mousetrap, where I had to play an actor. My character's name was Christopher Wren, and he was a gay Englishman. And it was probably my favorite role I've ever had in my entire life. So Agatha Christie's Mousetrap. I was Christopher Wren in that play, and I had a great time with that.
You just made me think of something. You were an actor. Were you in any movies we can get our hands on?
No. I was a stage actor. Stage actor.
All right.
And I was never on film, no.
I would love to see you in the background of like an old, I don't know, comedy movie of some kind.
I'd be the one.
You're going to give the listeners a preview of your accent, then?
No, I'm not, because I'm sitting with two people that would be highly critical of it to this day, and so I'm not going to do it.
Didn't you guys hear he tried to do Joe earlier, and he was way off?
No, I'm way off. I couldn't do Joe. Nobody does Wolverhampton.
No, nobody can do. Nobody can do Joe. Y'all right? Not even close. Even the English can't do it.
Even the English can't do it.
It's funny, actually, because there are so many little sort of local dialects, and you only have to go 5 minutes up the road and they change completely. It's bizarre.
Exactly.
Because everything's sort of squashed in and condensed, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, what else? I mean, people have got little things that they've done this week, and I think we've done Chris will be thanking me, I'm sure, for steering the conversation away from his previous chef-like acting.
Yes, please do. Please do.
So when did you stop acting?
I thought you were leaving. I thought you were going away from this, Richard.
Well, I was trying. Then nobody came in. So I thought I'd just.
I thought you were going away with this. We'll talk about it later. I mean, when it's my turn to reveal, myself in front of everybody, we'll talk about it then.
Excellent.
I'm gonna have all kinds of questions for you.
I think our listeners should start jotting down little questions to ask, so we can compile a list of questions for all of us when we spotlight. Not just when think of all the things you want
Absolutely.
to ask, like how long was Chris acting for and what was his book called, but all questions for other people as well.
Yeah, don't ask what the book was called because I'm not going to tell
and
you.
what college Chris went to, and
I'll tell you that.
all that sort of stuff. Cool. So nobody else cooks then. Only our resident.
I can
chef.
do toast.
Toast is a tough one, but it's doable.
I struggle to boil water without burning it.
Can't you do an English muffin? I mean, come on. You're
No,
an English
because it's
brother.
over here. It's called a muffin.
Oh, okay.
Well, can't you make muffins?
One thing I do cook, I do a mean toad in the hole.
I don't know. I don't what?
Seriously,
Next topic.
seriously,
next topic.
you guys
It's
probably
only,
not gonna know
me
toad in the
that
hole
knows
is,
what
are
you're
you?
talking about.
No, I'm thinking you. I'm picturing you out in the backyard digging a hole and being cruel to animals. What are you doing?
No. Toad in
Kind
the
of like pigs in a blanket.
No,
You're close. You're close because it's sausages in Yorkshire pudding.
No, pigs in a blanket is ham in what, Chris?
Pigs in
Pigs in a blanket are like little hot dogs wrapped up like on a croissant roll, aren't they?
pigs in blankets are sausages wrapped in bacon.
No, this is the problem with an international podcast. We all have different names for everything.
No, pig in a blanket. You're right. No, it is not a croissant. It's wrapped in bacon. You're right.
It's
Okay,
it's just a sausage wrapped in bacon.
Yeah.
But toad in the hole is a sausage which is cooked in Yorkshire pudding. But of course, you guys don't even know what Yorkshire pudding is either,
No,
do you?
I was just going to say that. What's Yorkshire?
Yorkshire pudding is basically pancake mix.
Yeah.
It's the same as
yeah,
pancake
like a
mix, isn't it?
batter.
Yeah, but see, I don't even think that you guys know what our pancakes are because I don't think they're the
It's
same
like,
as your
like a
pancakes.
crepe.
Yeah,
Oh, somebody help me.
Yeah, so
Somebody
it's-
help me.
It's flour, water, and milk. I think, off the top of my head,
And a
'cause
couple of
obviously I
eggs.
could work from a recipe. With some eggs, beaten up so it's like a milky, almost like an omelette mix, and then it goes in the oven and it rises and it makes like a really mushy, kind of fluffy, doughy, pancakey mix at the bottom, but then it's all crispy around the top, and then there's sausages in it.
So that's called toads in a hole.
Toad in the hole, yeah. And you have
Makes total
and
sense.
you have it with gravy and mashed potato. It's
It's
awesome.
really nice.
Absolutely, really good stuff.
Makes total sense. Sure, toads in a hole. That's the first thing that would have come to my mind.
If there's a chance for me to cook it
you
for
know
you in
what?
Atlanta, Chris, I'll do it.
All right, yeah, pancake mix with sausages in the bottom. Gosh darn it, that has to be called toads in a hole. I don't know.
They should have
I don't know why.
put more
You
than 3
guys are
seconds.
weird.
No, we've got spotted dick as well. You could have that.
Oh no,
Spotted
no.
Sounds yummy.
Jam roly poly.
Yeah.
No, my God. We got 10 minutes left. Let's wrap this up and end our misery.
Bubble and squeak.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what that is. That's like when you put half a potato in
No.
oil.
That's when you get all the potatoes and
Half of
vegetables.
England is laughing at me right
That's
now.
when you get potatoes and vegetables and things like that. Mix it all together and then fry it.
Yeah.
Oh, my
It's like all the leftovers from like a roast and whatever, and it's all fried. It's like a potato and vegetable corned beef hash type thing.
So my brother-in-law has been lying to me. My brother-in-law is from Nottingham. He just moved here about 7 years ago, I think. And every year he wants to make bubble and squeak, and he takes potatoes, he cuts them in half, and he throws them in a big pot of oil that's going to literally burn his house down one of these days. And then we eat them, and he calls it bubble and squeak.
No, that's not bubble and
That's
squeak.
not how we'd have bubble and squeak. Is he actually English, or was he just living in
Oh,
England?
he's English. No, he's 100% English.
Well, unless
Born-
Nottingham moved to France, I think he's friggin' English. I could be wrong.
Born and raised Nottingham, England. Married my Canadian sister. When she went there for vacation, she brought the guy back with him.
So most people bring like 400 fags and a bottle of whiskey. And
Fucking fags are cigarettes for the American audience. We're just talking about cigarettes.
there's me going on about you don't know what a pancake is or toad in the hole.
Oh,
and
yeah, okay. Richard's talking about tobacco.
Yes.
Okay, tobacco.
It's 2 cartons of smokes and a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. Try getting through customs with all them fags.
No, I'm leaving it alone.
Dear, oh dear.
After this, Joe is never going to miss another podcast.
No, please, and the audience is going to make sure he doesn't. All right, Richard. So, come on. What have you been working on?
What have I been working on? I haven't actually been working on a whole lot, to be honest. I say I've had my daughter this weekend, and the Friday before I have her, I do my router courses. So we had 3 guys learning basic routing and stuff like that, which is always a good day. And actually, while I think about that, it's a good job you asked, actually, Chris, because the people where I do the router courses, we're in talks at the moment. If people want to come along on one of the courses that I'm running, then we're working out some kind of system where they can get discounts on that course. So we're still putting it together, but it's going to be like discounts for them and all the rest of it. And then 2 days before that, I was plastering a new conservatory for a customer, where the builder, I'll use the term in sort of its loosest sense, had put a load of drywall, plasterboard up on the side of this plastic conservatory and insulated it. And you know, when you guys in the States, when you drywall, you screw the drywall to the studs, yeah? Or do you nail them still?
Right.
Which do you screw or nail?
Screw.
So you know when you put a drywall screw in, you drive it in so it's just barely below the surface and it kind of bends the paper.
Right.
Yeah. What happens when you bury the screw in the plasterboard?
It cracks apart.
No. After years, if you're using a nail, the nail actually works its way back out.
Yeah. But when you bury the plasterboard screw into the drywall so that it's completely buried and it pops the paper and it goes pop and it just disappears, doesn't it? And it just doesn't hold it at all.
No, there's no adhesion there at all after that. If you break the paper, forget it. Yeah.
Well, I got on site and the guy that had put this drywall up, there were 2.5 sheets, the full sheet height, but 2.5 sheets wide on 2 walls, and of the 9 screws maximum for each sheet of plasterboard, which is like nothing anyway, all of them were buried. They were like literally barely hanging on the walls, so they just had to be kind of tightened, and it just took ages to sort out the mess before I could even start. So I had 2 days fun doing that, and then to treat myself, I went out and spent just over £100 on an extension lead. So.
Wow. I mean, when I redid this room that I'm sitting in here, I had to hang all this drywall in here. I went out and bought a little Senko screw gun.
Yeah.
And those things were nice because it had all the presets, and I put every single one of those in. It put it in perfectly. Didn't break the paper or nothing. So if you're going to hang drywall, if anybody's listening and you're thinking about doing a drywall thing, go out and buy a screw gun and then get the preset down, and you'll be a happy camper. Because I got this stuff up in a hurry. It was no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, you can do like big rooms, including the ceilings, all on your own in a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Far less hassle. But yeah, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't know that when you put plasterboard up or drywall up, that you've got to have those screw heads not breaking the paper, because they make a real bang when they pop as well, don't they?
Oh yeah, it pops.
It's
Definitely
really
pops. And then that's the moment where you start swearing when you hear that, because you know you got to drive another screw in.
Yeah, particularly when it's on a ceiling.
Yeah, and you're trying to hold it up on your one-man show. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, we've had broken more than my fair share of half-inch sheets of plywood, plasterboard going on a ceiling before. But,
who are you watching, Richard?
Who am I watching? I haven't actually been watching very many people this week at all, but one video that bears sort of to memory was what? Did you see April Wilkerson's axe handle video that she did?
Yes.
Did you see that one? It was amusing. It was a good video, and she made a few mistakes and she did things wrong. And she redid them, and it turned out, it was really interesting. But what did it for me? It was, you know how nobody ever reads the comments on videos. One guy had commented about this video, and he'd made some really chauvinistic, trolly comment about there's another guy that does a lot of axe handle videos, and he does them in loads and loads of parts, and he made reference to this other guy. I forget the guy's name now, but it was a really nasty comment to April, and she replied and just tore this guy completely in half there and then. And the reply, it was absolutely just the comment was something like, so and so would have done it better, and you did it really badly. You should be ashamed of yourself, or something like that. And she just replied, "That's really helpful. I'm glad you feel so confident as to hide behind your keyboard and make these chauvinistic comments. But well done, you." And then, of course, it just opens up a torrent from loads of other people. And this person then had to reply with the usual, "Oh well, I was only joking. No, you did really good videos. It was really nice."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
The tails between the legs as he walks out the door. Yeah,
You should have just
good
quit
for
the
April.
first one, pal. It was brilliant. So.
Good for April, because she's genuinely a nice lady. I mean, I can't imagine giving her a hard time. And come on, she's out there doing stuff.
Well, not only that, I mean, and Jamie will attest to this as well, because we've both met her in person. She is genuinely a really, really nice person.
Yeah,
So Cody.
yeah.
Yeah, she is. Yes, she is. Yeah.
So that's pretty. So that was me. That's what I've been doing. What about you guys? What are you up to?
I'm not up to anything in my shop at the moment. Honestly, it's so freaking cold in my shop right now. I can't get glue to dry. I can't get finishes to cure. I'm thinking about, and I probably won't have, and I say this all the time, but this time I'm serious. I probably won't have a video out next week just because I don't have anything to do. What I plan on doing is cleaning up my shop, and I wouldn't ask anybody to sit there and watch me do that. I mean, that's going to be freaking boring. But while I can't really build anything or put anything together, I may as well tidy up, and my shop is an utter mess. So I'm going to tear it all apart and clean it all up and put it back together, and then hopefully be organized and then be good to go for the next week if Mother Nature cooperates. But I'll tell you who I've been watching. I did manage to catch a couple of videos this week, and I want to give Daryl some love because Daryl doesn't get enough love, and I think he deserves some. The Dreadnought Workshop. Are you guys familiar?
Yep, I know Daryl.
I
know his channel.
don't know the guy, but
Yeah,
I have heard the name bantered around, so it's something that is sort of on my radar per se.
Check him out. He turned a bowl this week, and I just thought he did a really nice job on it. I think he made it out of Cam 4. Yeah, the Dreadnought Workshop. He turned a bowl, and I'm getting into doing lathe work and segments and stuff like that and things of that nature. And so I was interested in watching somebody turn a bowl, and he did a really nice job on that. So if you have a chance, check out Daryl from the Dreadnought Workshop.
Go on then, Alan. Let us know what you're working on and stuff.
Awesome. My last project was a display case, kind of a shadow box thing that I made for all my new vapor equipment and all my stop smoking stuff. But when was that out? That came out last weekend. I've spent this whole weekend playing around with the carving. I have a carving competition coming up with Wood by Right and Shogun Jimmy that I kind of weaseled my way into just for the fun of doing it.
I was going to say, didn't you just randomly invite yourself into that collab?
Yeah, kinda. I did give them a little bit of a heads up, but they didn't know what kind of video was coming, so I'm just kind of screwing around. The thing is both of them really know how to carve and have been doing it for many years, and I don't know how to do it at all. And the loser has to shave their head, but they're both bald, so I don't really know where I'm going with this. But
I've got a funny feeling I might have some guesses as to where this might be going.
Yeah. I think Alan's going to have a haircut real soon, is what I'm thinking.
well, I've been looking for a reason to get out for a haircut, so I'm terrible for haircuts. I'll literally let it go for 6 months longer than I should. So maybe this is what I need to do to get a haircut out. But who am I watching? Ryan Bitters over at Waylight Creations. Have you guys watched Makers Wanted? I think he's on episode 5 now.
I have.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, Jamie and I are both involved in it, and Chris, you're actually in the intro to it. I don't know if you're even aware of that, but
no, I wasn't.
No, watch the intro. There's just a quick clip of you looking at the camera funny. Awesome show, though.
I'm flattered once again, I guess, right?
It's just a
Look
normal
over with
clip.
this awkward look on your face.
Thanks, Jamie.
But
I
if you
appreciate that.
if you want to have a laugh, just for a minute, go watch one of those episodes. They're absolutely
great
awesome.
editing as well.
Oh, they look like they should be on TV. He does a really good job.
I've not much watched those at all, so I'll be completely honest. But from what you're saying, that's something I need to watch.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's just comedic woodworking, and 4 or 5 different makers contribute like 30-second videos to it. I've done one for every episode of it. Jamie's done 2 or 3 now.
And they just fell in the rabbit hole, which is known as Richard's watch list.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, the black hole of the internet is Richard's watch list.
I'm going to defend myself now. I think I have seen one of them. Didn't Jamie do something about where he said cheerio. Is that one of those ones?
Yeah,
No.
British word of the week.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so that one I said, but it was quite a way ago. So it sort of disappeared off. So it was on my radar, and then do you know what? YouTube's kind of recommendations and things that appear in your feed is really kind of messy and squiffy at the moment. I find. Is anyone else finding that?
Yeah, very much
Yes,
so.
YouTube has been very glitchy for me lately.
I'm sure that's why I'm missing a lot of things and not picking up things, and then seeing things and not seeing them for ages, and then you forget about them. And I'm sure that's what's going on. It's not like an intentional thing, unless it's Chris's. Obviously, they just go straight to. I'll set a bot to make them go straight to my watch later.
Thanks, man. Jamie, it's your turn.
Well, what am I working on? Today I've done my very first Inside Out turning piece, which came about. I watched Cole Jacobson on Russ Clarity's Simply Wooden Creation show on Saturday, and I basically watched him do it, and it was eating away at me all day today, and I decided to go and try it, and it could be better, but to me I'm going to call it a success. So yeah, first time I tried it. So, but what am I watching? Well, first of all, I've got another honourable mention today, and that goes to Doc Hildebrandt. For Bill LaValse's Make a Pen Without a Lathe challenge, he made a pen with out of nails, and that's brilliant. And yeah,
That really was awesome. That was cool.
Out of nails.
Yeah, he welded
it's
up
cool.
some nails, and then I can't remember what he filled it with. It was epoxy and something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was black epoxy,
Yeah.
I believe.
Sweet.
Yeah, so
It's always such a nice rare treat when Doc puts up a
Yeah.
video. They're always awesome.
so I can't wait till 2018 when he brings out his next video now. So
We'll be waiting.
and my main shout out, since this show's been kind of again whatever, it's my shout out is for Mr. Whatever himself, Giaco.
Oh.
Is for his Razor Spinner versus Red Bull. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I have. That was cool.
That-
I loved it. It was fun.
He basically made a spin top and put razor blades on it.
That was on Discovery Channel, wasn't it?
I believe it. So I believe it was. Yeah.
But, I think that's where I saw it first,
Yeah.
because he posted something about it being on Discovery, and then I saw the clip of it on Discovery, and I haven't watched that full video yet, but that's going to have done him no end of good.
Yeah.
His channel's going to explode after that.
Yeah. And yeah, he went on the attack with it, and on his channel there was he had it going down a ramp. He kind of got it up to speed with his air compressor, and had it going down a ramp, and he was attacking hot dogs and balloons and bananas and crayons and tins of squirty cream, and the list was endless. But it was absolutely brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
Definitely one to watch. So I see a lot of these sorts of things on like the social media and Facebook and things, which is a good segue, because where can everyone find you, Jamie, on social media?
Where can everyone find me? You can find me on YouTube at JP Woodwork, and Twitter and Instagram at JP_Woodwork.
Fantastic. And you, Alan?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube under the Woodworking Junkie.
And Chris?
You know what? You can find me on YouTube and Facebook on Make the First Cut. And if you want to type in and get specific, YouTube Chris Cute, Facebook Make the First Cut.
Brilliant. Obviously, Joe's not here, but we'll make sure that his links are visible to everyone. That pretty much, I think, wraps everything up. So, make sure you subscribe to any and all of us. Poor old Chris is going to have an absolute mind fart in the morning when he tries to edit all this together. So thanks, Chris.
No problem.
And on Joe's behalf, I want to say a big heartfelt apology to leaving you to do this. So until next week, when hopefully Joe will be back, I've been Rick Morley. You can find me at brainfizz.uk and under my name on YouTube. Once again, thanks to everyone for listening. So you have a great time. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheerio.
All right. Have a great week, everybody.
Take it easy.
Have a week.